I think this is the first time we've had anybody fill in for anybody. You've either done it or not done it, I think.
I wasn't sure if we did one fill-in. I
For,
can't remember.
for me or you or Whit before? I don't remember. I don't think so. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But who better?
Did we have Rico fill in one week?
Oh, that might be right. That
I
might be
think
right.
we may have had
For
Rico
Whit,
one week.
I think you might be right.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, who better today, Dave? You asked for it. I was playing ping pong with my son, and I saw a text from you, which usually means I did something really fun. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to get into here?
That's not true. That's not true.
You're frequently texting and saying, "Hey, Kirk, how's it going?" Like, what's
No, but
going?
you gonna see the
Paul Thomas Anderson movie this weekend?
We text about this show.
But that's usually a group thread one. When it's just you texting me, I'm like, oh.
Well, I knew Whitney was out.
Sure. But I thought we were done for the week. I'm glad we're not. And you said when I read that, I couldn't believe what I saw. You said, "How about Mutt filling in this week for Whitney?" And here he is, Mike, Barstool's newest employee, I believe.
Yeah.
Muttstack's own Mike Manansky.
Yes. What's up, boys?
Why are you so soft?
Why are you bringing it so much already? It's making me.
I'm doing the head nodding. I got to do the Whitney head nod.
You sound terrible. You sound fucking terrible.
Okay, are you soft?
They told me I sounded okay. I can
turn
myself up. Hold on. They told me so. Check. Any better?
That's better? That's better.
Okay.
That's better. Yes. You got reads, Dave? Oh, Dave's going to get his reads. All right, go ahead.
Kraken. If you're going to trade crypto, do it right. No sketchy platforms, no sketchier customer support. That's why we only trust Kraken. Kraken lets you buy, sell, swap over 300 cryptos without the lag, crashes, or clownery. Buying crypto manually, that's old school. Recurring buys let you automate your investments so you stack stats without even thinking about it. DCA done right. Buy more when prices dip, less when they spike. Link your bank in minutes, set it, forget it, and let your portfolio grow. Kraken Pay, instant crypto payments, whether you're covering a lost bet, splitting the tab after a night out, or sending funds for the next wild adventure. Kraken Pay lets you move money instantly with zero fees, no banks holding things up. Oh, and refer your friends. Kraken will hook you up with 200 in USDG just for spreading the love. So quit waiting. Head to kraken.com/Barstool. Not investment advice. Crypto involves trading, involves risk of losses offered to U.S. customers, including Washington, New York, and Maine through Payward Interactive Inc. Jack Pocket, our partners at Jack Pocket, make ordering lotto tickets stupid easy. Powerball, Mega Millions, state lottery games, even scratch-off tickets all on your phone. Millions of dollars up for grabs each day. And right now, new Jack Pocket customers can get $5 in free lottery credits. Just sign up for Jack Pocket using code Unnamed2. Click opt in to redeem. That's it. Download Jack Pocket and start ordering today. And we'll have a couple more.
Good. Okay. We got a lot to get to. We can start wherever you guys want. I will say I texted you offline the show, me, you, and Whitney text, trying to figure out suss out who the person was asking for the salary, criticizing Nicky and Mintzy. You said you wouldn't comment, so Chicago announced it, and it was Big T.
Correct.
So what was the conversation like? Was it? Did he just
so Big T? I saw him recall it. It was pretty accurate. I was in Chicago filming the show, and he said, so we film the show 7 o'clock their time. Show ends at 9. I have like a plane at 10:30 to get home. So I'm out like the second the show ends, I leave. And he's like, "Hey, can I talk to you a couple minutes? My contract's up." And I'm like, not really. Like, this is a bad time. I'm flying. He's like, "It'll take 30 seconds. So he walked into the Macrodose studio. He's like, "My contract's up. I'd like to make more. Here's my pitch. I make the same as Nicky Smokes and Mintzy, and that's a problem." And I just kind of gave him a look. I'm like, I don't know what I think of that. And then I walked out. And then later I did the tweet of,
yes,
who do you think did it, and is it fair? And by the way, I should say, it has zero relevance. Actually, there is, I believe, credence to do it the reverse way, to be like, this person makes this much. I think I should be making equal or more on the higher level, because here's how much I bring in. And almost like you look at like a top free agent, there's reasons we're paying that much. And lots of times when you're in that stratosphere, you can look to, well, I'm getting offers from this. I bring in this much revenue directly. He's not the first to do it on the bottom scale, which to me has no relevance.
It doesn't help your case, right? I understand what you're saying, yeah, but I don't, because I think some people, I had said on my show, people like, this is what you do in negotiations. If you're an NBA player, when I used to negotiate contracts at EI, I'd say, well, this guy 98.5 makes this. Like, you do have to bring up, that's not a big deal. Bring up other people in negotiations. Like, you should do that. That's your point of reference. No, I don't.
Yes, yes, but it to a degree. What
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
you can do it on the high end when you're saying these are the worst.
Take
people.
a shot. Yeah.
And by the way, you may be picking people that I think are wildly overpaid. Here's something people know very much about me. Once you get in, you're not going generally to take a pay cut most of the time, almost 99%, or you're just not here anymore. Like once you're grandfathered into your salary, I don't really go down. Nicky Smokes want to bet. Mintzy, I don't know what, but that is not to look at the lowest hanging fruit. I pay no attention to, and he's certainly not the first person to do that. To be like, I know this person is not even. I've heard different salaries throughout Barstool, and be like, well, I know this person makes that, and if they're making that, I should make this. But I've said it like an athlete, like you said, an athlete. Well, somebody could be signed to a contract and they don't perform.
Sure.
So like, what does that mean? It's like, we thought they were going to be better and they're not. So you're using what I would say is a bad contract. I didn't take offense to it. And what Big T said was correct. I actually like Big T.
So do I.
And I'm like, I'm not, that's not the way to get more money by choosing who you think are the worst, because that's irrelevant, but I'm not holding it against you in your contract negotiation. It's like just irrelevant to how much you're going to make is what you think the worst people at our company are making.
Was there a reason other than just to fuck around why you didn't say it was him in the tweet? Like, were you protecting him, or were you just doing it just to?
Well, it didn't come out by the time like you asked me. It hadn't really.
Yeah. But
it hadn't come out, and they were
t-
guessing. It was becoming a thing. So I'm like, I'll just let this
it
play
go.
out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good job, Mutt.
Well, I say my thing is Nicky has every right to be pissed. Like, because what Big T said was not, I want to make what Nicky's making. I want to make more than him, which is basically shitting on the work that Nicky does. So I had no problem with the way he responds.
Useless. Nicky brings nothing to this company. Mintzy brings absolutely nothing to this company. You bring nothing to this company. A lot of people, now you can argue it's part of the circus world, which as a whole brings value.
In your salary cap, there's like the circus, like the idiot.
Yes.
Box. Yeah, right. That's part of the budget.
Like, are we ever going to see like any of those people get to where it's Chicklets, it's PMT, it's Chicks in the Office, or the people have left where there's like clear big revenue streams? Probably not. But Nicky is certainly, Nicky's value is going up. His biggest problem is a liability. You never know when he's going to do something.
That's for sure.
Like Nicky will never be in the green for Barstool as long as he lives in totality of his existence.
But you don't care.
No. I mean, I
mean, you like it, but I'm saying it's not right. You're not going to not bring him back. Like that's
correct.
Yes. As you said, that's not the way you operate.
And to go down again, just when you're looking at like the last guys on the roster, that's not you're not in a good negotiation place when you're like, well, look at, somebody sent me a whole list, an email. They're like, you could be saving 2.7 million because all these people are useless. I don't know where they came up with their salaries, but there's
somebody within the company sent you this?
No, an outside person.
Okay, yeah.
But again, there is something to be said for the circus atmosphere. Like, yes, Mintzy brings absolutely nothing to the table. He's wildly out of touch with reality. He's back playing poker. I don't know what he was doing, but we talk about how bad Mintzy is. Like, he's content. And
there's he'll get like 6 videos a year that are very funny.
So,
I don't know what the value of that is, but there is value in that.
It's the circus atmosphere.
Right.
Again, if you're truly trying to get more money, I don't think it helps by saying, here's the worst that you got. Yes. I think I'm better than your worst. I think it does make sense if you look at the top end and you're like, well, I know this guy makes that, and our show's bigger. We have more ads. We're bringing more revenue. I think that's fair.
Have you talked to him since?
And like
Did
you
it work
said, people do it in sports all the time. It's like, I know that cornerback's making this, and I'm the best cornerback or quarterback or whatever in all sports.
Well,
people do that.
Yeah, to your defense, like if somebody in the middle of a contract was overperforming and went into you, you would say, yep, that's fair. Let's rip it up and like, let's start over.
Right.
I think, right?
Totally.
I mean, that's been the history.
Totally. Yes. And we don't rip it downwards. Like if you're underperforming, you still get it. You rarely in these negotiations will hear someone say, well, this person's the worst player in the league. I think I'm a little better than him. So like there's league minimums.
Well,
did it work for Big T? Did Big T get the new deal?
No, we haven't even started talking about it.
I saw
like
Chris,
Big T's going to get a raise of some sort, but it's totally, and people are delusional. And I don't want to spill all the guts. Big T, people, we live in a delusional world where he's like, I want a 50% raise. 50%. That's that's like, where do you get 50%? Just like, I'm better than your two worst guys. Bump me 50%. That's crazy.
I saw because a lot of people speculate it was Klemmer but Klemmer said he also has still not signed his contract yet. You have not extended him.
He's extended. I don't know that the contract, he's so down my list of priorities.
We understand.
Like, yeah, where is he going to go?
Right. Okay. So so for you, he just continues to exist with his current salary and just sticks.
And I like Big T. And if macrodosing starts going bananas, good. But like,
Big T's a good guy.
These people have nowhere to go. Like, if you're not working here, and honestly, that's part of what keeps me here is I have a whole bunch of people I feel like I'm really screwing up their life, because if I'm like, I'm out of here, Barstool's done, like, are they going to go bag groceries? What is Nate? What is Nate going to do with his life?
It's a reasonable question. It's a fair question. Or Mutt. I mean, Mutt wasn't doing anything.
You're right.
Yeah,
For
3 years. Mutt can survive on nothing. Mutt has contributed. He's AJ Hawking us.
I mean, it's unbelievable. He's like he's like freaking calling on Dateline. If you're Tom Brady, like I gotta say, like, if you're gonna take this money, if you're gonna play ball with the Saudis, you can't be pissy about it, and B, you can't be like, well, like, I didn't take that much money for it. Like, you either take it or you don't take it. Like, like, don't be like, no, I'm making way less than that. I don't even understand it.
I still think that's the number.
So do I. Yes.
But he said no, but I don't understand why you say no. I actually think the higher the number, the better it looks for you, the most just. Like, we sat on the show and we're like, of course you take 75 million. Well, nobody would turn down 75 million for a couple days of work. Nobody would. So he wasn't getting like crucified. If you took it for like 5 million, then, and you're Tom Brady, that's like, why'd you do that for 5? But I don't know. He says it. Listen, he said no. I don't know why he's hiding the number. Then just say what the number is if I'm wrong.
And you guys,
but when you see all the crazy numbers they throw out for stuff, it's not that crazy to get the most famous football player basically of all time to run a flag football game in Saudi Arabia.
What is the negotiation process? So you and Dan turned down 10 million. Is that right?
Wow. Yeah. And the Saudis are mad at us.
So that's not good. How does that work? Who reaches out? Like, what is the process?
And it wasn't 10 million. That was a misquote.
Okay.
So I think Dan said what happened, and the New York Post just took it.
Okay.
I think Dan said we were offered 3 or 4.
Right.
Said we wanted like 13 or 15, to which they said no.
Okay.
And then the New York Post, I just said some guys still can't be bought in sports, but it's now back channeled. There's I guess a PR company that represents, I don't know if it's the Turkey guy or like the government or whatever, but it came to my attention this week. I texted, I go, the Saudis are mad at us. They said we lied about the 10 million and they're going to like out us. It's like, out us to who and say what? And like, I don't know, but the Saudis are mad.
You would have done it for 12 million or whatever, 14 million.
It was 2 to go to 2 fights. I think we wanted 14 million to do it. I have always said, from day one,
you'll sell out.
I will sell out.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, like, look, it's dirty money, but that 14 million is paying that budget you just talked about.
100%.
Like for 30 years.
Like 2 or 3 days of work. Yeah. I'd love to be getting, now we're not getting this. I'd love to be getting these crazy offers. If I got 75 million to go do Pizza Fest for a day or two, I would do it, and I would be rubbing people's faces in it. Like, I just got set. I mean, it is insane money, but we're not getting those type of offers. And it sounds like we will never get one again because they're mad at us.
Are we going to get an NFL game, you guys think, over there with all the money they're spreading around?
I do.
Yes.
They have a fucking, they have a division there in 20 years. That's inevitable. So
they're getting everything. I think it was a joke. The flyer, I'm so lost in things, but a comedy festival, I think someone just put Little Sass to be funny, but they had like every single comedian on earth at this.
Is that the one that Tim Dillon got kicked out of?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean.
Yeah. Chappelle's there, I think, right?
Yeah. He was. Hey, listen, everybody, for the most part, has a price. Now, I've sat on calls when the live thing happened. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I saw. Is it who's on there? Connor?
Bill Burr's on there. Chappelle. Is that real? I don't know if it's a joke or not, but yeah, go ahead.
No, I think this is all real, with the exception of Lil Sass.
Yeah.
Oh, Mook's on there too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, this must have cost.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Couple
So
hundred
they
million?
have unlimited money. They have unlimited money, and they're throwing it around, and they throw it around to everybody. They're
What were you
throwing it
saying
around.
about? What were you saying about Liv? You said you're on calls.
I trashed Liv, like trashed
I remember,
the PGA guy, because they're 180. He's like, they're terrorists basically, and then 2 seconds later he wants to work with them. But I got on call and it was like widows, and it was a terrible
9/11.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, they are like, these are the people responsible, and we're fucking doing business with them, and it's a terrible. And I get their point. And then they're like, well, here's $100 million for an hour's worth of work, and it's like, yeah, but our relatives are dead. Tough phone call.
But you still do it.
I'd like to say I will never do it, but
You just said you'd do it for 14 million.
Yeah.
For the
well, they said no, so
you
maybe
don't
I'll
have to worry
change my
about
mind. Pizza Fest was an agreement to go to Raya for $4 million, and then the thing happened with Hamas, and I canceled. I'm like, I'm not going to the Middle East.
Fair enough. The Greg Olsen thing's kind of fun because I mean, obviously I know the history of it, but people are fucking losing their minds over it.
Crazy.
I don't really
Now,
understand.
the only thing I think Greg did wrong, or not wrong, he's not in our world. He was getting so much comments. He may not be on the show this week because his game is in Dublin, so his travels all screwed up.
Right, yeah.
I maybe would have let this fester for like another week where people, but he's getting hit. First of all, even if I wasn't friends with him going back like 20 years, I mean, we're talking about a guy who wore a brick watch on football. No, I only sold 4 of those and he wore one. But I don't know how we're talking about him dressing like an umpire. Like, that's going to cause some major fight.
Yeah, I didn't really understand it.
I thought he was rolling along with the punches pretty clearly, and there was no animosity at all. I don't know if T-Bob kind of...
That tweet, I think, got people going, maybe?
Set it off, maybe, and maybe even T-Bob didn't know the backstory of us with Greg.
I don't think he did. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was... I mean, I think it's funny, but
yeah, he gets
crazy.
How do you feel like this week went on Wake Up, Dave?
What's that?
How do you think Wake Up went this week on FS1?
I think it's getting better. I thought it went pretty well.
Yeah. When is Rico back on Mondays?
Not hosting it.
We want Rico back on Mondays, no? Is Rico back in the mix on Mondays yet?
No. Maybe Mutt, you're like the perfect kind of boring middle host. I thought that for a minute.
Yeah. Okay. I've hosted a lot of shows, Dave. I've hosted a lot of shows before, yeah.
Yeah.
What are these big changes that Roan's hinting at? In New York
I have no idea.
No idea. None?
No.
Okay. Well, interesting week for us again, Dave. You and I. I mean,
he's found the formula. You mentioned my name and things go. You're not the first to find this formula, Kirk.
I have been embraced by the left, and we just have a fundamental disagreement. That's all. We seem to have them all the time. I think where you're lost in the Kimmel thing, and you may disagree, is I don't think you're giving enough weight to the FCC and Trump of it all. I don't think this is a First Amendment free speech. ABC can fire anybody anytime they want. My thing is when the government is putting the thumb on and the head of the FCC is celebrating and Trump is tweeting and saying he's going to sue ABC now, like we're now in a different world. I don't even care about Kimmel, but to me, it's kind of a terrifying thing when the president and the head of the FCC are weighing in on stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly get your point, and I think I'm in the minority on how I feel on this, but the FCC Trump hate this show. He went into what I would say is a grayish enough area, and you're on network TV.
I thought that was I thought that was pretty benign. I did not think that was a big deal, that line. Not at all.
Yeah, but you're also the extreme, like when Mick was making fun of me like 3 seconds after a murder. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people who feel very strongly about Charlie Kirk.
I understand that, but I don't even think. But like the line itself was almost muddled. Like it didn't make any sense. He wasn't celebrating Charlie Kirk dying.
But you're making a joke about murder. And then the other one that is more gray area. And by the way, I wasn't offended necessarily by it, but he definitely made it sound like the killer was MAGA. So that is not true. So
what he said was that MAGA's doing everything to make sure he wasn't MAGA.
But that can be interpreted.
Well, sure, but now we're interpreting. Like, he didn't say the killer was MAGA.
But you're doing things in a super heightened, sensitive area on network TV that the government does have the ability to jump in here and try to get involved. That's the FCC. So if you have all these complaints coming to the FCC, I agree with the government, but why is he back on the air now if it was the government doing it?
Well, because I think ABC, I think the government pressured ABC, and I think ABC got so much blowback that they were like, no. I don't think the government was like, take him off the air, shut it down, but they definitely pressured them. There's no doubt. But the fucking FC chairman was on podcast before saying, we're looking out for this guy. If you say this, this, or this, we're coming after you. So
if they really thought the government could hurt him, they probably wouldn't have put him back on. It's all I felt like opinion.
I felt like they had to. I think they felt like they had to.
Public opinion.
Yes, which is fine. That's
the business side.
Correct. And that's my point is if Kimmel says that, enough affiliates are pissed, enough people are pissed, ABC's going to take him off the air eventually anyway. Like, I don't need the FCC and I don't need Trump stepping in. It will take care of itself. That's why even the Roseanne thing, like, you know, she tweeted something stupid. She said something stupid. Enough affiliates and advertisers pulled out. ABC on their own without the FCC said, you know what? You're right. We're taking her off the air. That's a business decision. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, right. But I don't want to do whataboutism. In this specific case, I think they put the ball on a tee where the government can have whether you want to say it's real or not, they can make the argument you've waded into our territory. Now, and people are talking about the merger and stuff. There's always stuff like that going on.
Well, that's a big part of it, though. That is a big part. We're talking $6 billion.
100%. But throughout the history of time, the government has sway. So again, if you're Disney and you have a guy, it's like, and you're trying to do this deal or whatever, and you have a guy who's intentionally pissing off the president, the government, whatever you want to say, and he opened Pandora's box to me. And he's off because of business decisions. And if they thought the government could really like suspend their license, take him away, do that, he wouldn't be back on. He's back on because of public opinion, which I'm fine with that too. Like for me, the far greater thing, and this is where I don't want to say do whataboutism, when you deplatform Trump off X or YouTube censoring.
I agree. I don't want that.
Far more grave.
But this is part of that. This is the first step towards that, Dave. This is why I can't believe you're okay with the government getting involved in comedic stuff like this.
But the government is you could again, whether I agree or not, he treaded into an area that allowed on it.
What's the area?
See, I think he did.
You think him saying that line was bad enough to get pulled off the air? You don't believe that. You don't think that.
No, I do. But I think
you think he should have been taken off the air.
I don't think he was thrown off because of the government.
No,
I think.
But I'm saying you would agree if the FCC is like, we're taking him off the air, we're suspending it. You would agree with them for that line?
If the FCC took him off the air,
you wouldn't agree.
No, I don't think I would have been agreeing with that.
The line wasn't a big deal.
The president doesn't like him. He watches late night TV. He's one of the few guys left who watches late night TV. He's watching. He's friends of the FCC. It's totally tied to that. It's not what he said. It's who he said it about. That's what's annoying about this. We should be able to joke about all these guys.
No, that's not really true. He and you can interpret it however he said. It wasn't a joke. Do you think what he said?
No. But I also don't.
It was misconstrued. He fumbled it. He fumbled it.
But I also don't care. He's a late night talk show host.
But for a group of people who are fanatical,
and bury him for it, and you know what? Then do what the right does now. Try and cancel him. Go out. Don't watch. Get petitions together.
The FCC, they opened the door for the SEC to comment. By the way he delivered that line, which wasn't a joke,
and the FCC talking
about death.
You'd agree the FCC was already looking to take him down.
I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure.
But with pressure from Trump, yes, pressure from Trump. Yeah.
So that's my point. Is like, why? Why is that going on? Why does Trump care? Now Trump's talking about suing ABC. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I come at it from a different perspective. If you think that somebody's wronged you, like I sued Business Insider.
Well, sure, but do you think Jimmy Kimmel's done to Donald Trump what Business Insider did to you?
No, I don't. But again, if you're going on a fanatical group and you basically say a guy you adored and loved was just murdered by one of your own, and you can say he didn't mean it that way.
He didn't say that.
It can be construed that way.
You can construe anything. That's not what he said.
But you're on FCC government regulated TV.
But I'm not even a Kimmel guy. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like late night talk show hosts should be allowed to make fun of the president of the United States.
Then if you want to be able to say, yeah, and he has consistent. How long has he been on the air?
Sure, 20 years. But now Trump is going after him.
No, but for 8 years he has. This one, again, when I say don't put a ball on the tee, I get. He allowed the FCC to enter into this. This is not First Amendment speech to me. You said something.
I agree with you. It's not a First Amendment issue. I agree.
Can fairly be construed that you blame the murder on a group of people who loved him the most. You can say, well, I didn't interpret it that way, but it certainly can be interpreted that way.
I guess when you get,
and that's where the FCC can go to the outside of their rule and be like, this falls within decency. You're on network TV. Like the things that I've been told I can't, and I use the example of when we were regulated by Penn, and like you're living in a world, you don't have that total free reign. You work for Walt Disney, and by the way, you're making it much harder for Walt Disney to conduct business.
But when you were doing that with Penn, the president of the United States did not step in and say, don't do this, or I'm going to sue you, or I'm going to remove you from your career.
Well, it is different. The president did do that, but certainly gambling officials in Massachusetts did because they didn't like it.
I agree, but that is different than the government stepping in.
That is the government. States. How is that not the government?
Oh, you're saying when you go on the license with the local government?
Yeah,
they went after it was a sarcastic line about the parlay. That was ridiculous, embarrassing by Massachusetts.
That was stupid. I agree. That's embarrassing.
But so it always happened. Like this is what I'm saying. To me, this is
that's not good. That's so what?
Yeah.
Like so.
But it's always had. This wasn't some grandiose change. Like Kimmel did something for. And these people hate you, you probably should stay away from that color joke that fast after a political assassination.
Yeah, I just disagree. You know that. I mean,
I know, and I disagree. I do it on if he has that big of an issue, go to Netflix, go to Hulu, do your own. There's a million places where you won't have that thumb. But network TV is one of the last places where you truly can have that type of interference. And why I say it's business. In the end, they put him back on the air, but all Walt Disney, because I've known about Iger and he's been probably on both sides, like left, right. He's just doing what he thinks is the right thing for his business in that moment. I think, like, regardless of the FCC mentioning anything, he's coming down because they're so mad about it. There's so much thing, and you have this merger supposedly coming. I don't think the FCC had to say anything.
I agree. That's kind of my point. That's what I'm saying. If they just stayed out of it, you have Sinclair doesn't want any part of them.
I think the same thing happens.
I think, like ABC.
But that's okay then. The government didn't get involved. That's fine.
ABC's losing money on him anyway, so they would want him on.
My point, and this is where we disagree, is the FCC, you gave them enough that he could weigh in by what he said.
There's no way you were offended by that line.
Well, time out. If me and you are the barrier,
I agree. But I'm saying
there's never going to be anybody offended by anything.
I would agree, but you were offended by the Jewish stuff a few months ago.
Well, yeah, that
screaming at me. How many Jews have to die? I don't fucking know.
Right. Well, there were blood in the streets still.
I understand, but you. I'm just saying you as an individual.
But there is parallels here because that's how
no
people are from the Charlie Kirk murder.
People tweeting at you, "Die Jew," is different than fucking. Jimmy Kimmel making sort of a convoluted, weird line in a monologue. I just don't think it's the same. Now, Charlie Kirk died, and that's tragic. But I'm saying I think one was way more. The shit you were taking for that was way more extreme than what Jimmy Kimmel said.
I don't totally disagree with that, but my point being is there's people who love Charlie Kirk, and you see a late night comedian making jokes about his death.
Put your big boy pants on. Like, it's okay. Who cares?
The more problematic is blaming it on those people. And again, it can be interpreted, whether you want to say it was or not. Intelligent minds can certainly be like, wait a minute, he's saying we killed our own guy, and that you allow the FCC to weigh in on.
Well, my friends at MSNBC and I disagree.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I see it. Every headline, Kirk Minihane destroys Dave Portnoy. Dave, listen, it's that you have come, you're the seat at the table. We have a lot of people have learned. Put his name in a headline and the views start coming.
What else?
Do you hate Dante, my fellow blogger now? I see he's airing out texts. Do you hate Dante from what happened or what's going on there?
Dante.
Well, I mean, come on.
Listen, Dante's version of events at what happened with that Gronk thing is a lie. Like that's
100% lie.
What?
Just totally 100%?
I don't know what his version of events are. I know I was there. I've told this story 10 billion times, but Gronk and Dante met through me, as almost all Dante's contacts. We were filming a video, Gaz and I, at Buffalo Bills tailgate. We were there 7 a.m., 6 a.m., gates open, walk-in videos. It takes a long time to do the man on the street. We're there 4 or 5 hours. He was with the Gronks at a bus. And we said, we want to come get B-roll for it. He said, no, you cannot come film here. I was standing as we were walking there. So something happened. Gaz is on the phone, not me. But Gaz was relaying the conversation in real time. Something most definitely happened that stopped me and Gaz in our tracks walking to the bus. And I was like, what an asshole. Like, the video we're making here is how Dante has met people like this through us, because we're making content. And it really, really bothered me. Now, we got over it, but then he'll do things that really, really bother me, like dropping out his whole NL. When he dropped out of Pizza Fest, he didn't call me, he didn't tell me. And his whole thing with Nicky Smokes was, why'd you call the restaurant? Why didn't you call me and tell me? Like, it wasn't the end of the deal, but like, I found out. So, and then he just texts and whatever. I mean, we have a love-hate relationship, but his version of events of what happened that day make no sense. None.
Okay. All right. Oh, you want to do their ads or no?
Yes.
Good.
Phoenix. Phoenix is the first drink that combines I got it right here. First drink that combines everything I need in one can. This isn't your typical energy drink. Gives me natural energy from green tea instead of the artificial caffeine garbage, with 0 sugar, 100% daily value of 8 essential vitamins for immunity. Literally nothing else on the market delivers this complete functionality. With your crush of morning workouts, fighting through the brutal 3 p.m. crash, Phoenix has you covered. No jitters, no crash, just sustained performance when it matters most. Phoenix is built for people like us who answer the call, need to be at the best when everything's on the line. We get knocked out, but we get back up. And Phoenix fuels the restless mindset. Stop settling for drinks that only do one thing. Use promo code Barstool5 for $5 off your order at drinkphx.com. DraftKings. DraftKings Casino has your playbook for gaming action all season long. Play thousands of dollar slots for shots at jackpot. Over 400 million have already been awarded. New players get 500 spins on Huff and Puff. Huff and more Puff over 10 days. Download the app. Use code Unnamed. Claim your spins after your first $5 wager. Get in the game with DraftKings Casino, home of the largest jackpot. Win in online casino history. The crown is yours.
I like seeing your dad again. I didn't see him.
Yeah, he was making no sense. I saw it. He was just, what chore doesn't he like? It's
did you
like,
watch it?
First of all, he doesn't do chores.
He does not do chores.
That's why I couldn't name one.
Right. He's never done them.
No, and not in a long time. He may not be capable.
How's he doing? I haven't seen. I saw some of the trivia. He was there.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's definitely slowing down a little bit.
Yeah.
He's got a therapist, so getting old sucks. My mother was actually out here. That's why I couldn't do yesterday.
Oh, your mom was there?
Yeah, so he spent the day at golf. That was good. But
Yeah,
he's
doing all
hanging in. Yeah, she's great.
Good. Yeah. What do you got, Mutt? You're here.
Was that the best round of golf you played, Dave, when you beat Dan in the Ryder Cup singles?
I was very good. Whitney.
I mean,
I would have beaten him straight up.
You were up. You were 2 up on him, I think.
He was awful. He was awful.
A lot of people saying, including me, you ruined the whole thing, Kirk.
I did.
Yeah, with your...
A lot of people, including you, meaning you and I ruined it, or you're also saying I ruined it.
I think your terroristic behavior on the draft.
So I was not terroristic behavior. I was
caused
not.
The entire...
Wait a second.
I actually played very well, by the way.
Yeah, no, you played well, but the teams, the handcuffs on the draft.
I never said to be drafted. I didn't say I need to be picked first.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Not. No, I said I didn't want to play with the foreplay guys.
You said you were going to quit or something.
Yeah, but did you think I was going to leave?
I didn't. Listen, I was sitting there yelling at people not to do it, but it created a lopsided mismatch.
It was not a great matchup. It was not as good as the first Ryder Cup, I will say.
So I blamed Whitney. Sure. Kirk, it's your fault that Whitney took you first instead of taking Francis?
My fault. Whitney was the captain.
No, they had all sorts of things going in, and it ended up.
Oh, I didn't know this. Oh, okay.
And
I blame Whitney for a terrible draft.
I had no demands. I had no demands.
Like, he wouldn't play with any of the foreplay guys, right?
That's true. Correct.
Yeah, so it was
I don't know.
It was a disaster.
I will say, to me, it was over when Yandel and I won our match on the 18th green.
And nobody was there.
I will give Riggs credit. His entire team was there, and it was just me and Yandel by ourselves against the world, and we won the match. I think I looked at Dave and said, it's over. It's done. That was not good. That was not. And that's a reflection of leadership, I think, if we're going to be fair about this. So, yeah.
I mean, it's crazy to take. I think I was dead last. Like, Dan can have his moments, but like, I'm a significantly better golfer than him. So I like that.
Well, Dan's 2 tee shots were unbelievable. The one that went 1 foot, and then the par 3 one was, the other one was better. He looked like he was 90 years old and just kind of gave up on it and went like
tried to take a light club
4 feet. That was pretty good. So, but yeah,
have you seen this?
Good.
The Photoshop of Mintzy?
Yeah, I was just looking at it and seeing he looks like Ryan Gosling.
It's a good look.
I understand.
I need that photographer.
That's why you keep him around. Can I see this here? Did we get close?
It's insane. Like, did he ask for that? Like, where did they come up with that?
I don't. Do you think he would demand? I don't think he would he?
Who knows? He said he's never asked for more money. That's a lie.
He's never asked for. He said that.
Yeah, he's like, I've always taken the first offer. That is, he's negotiated.
So that's a lie. Okay, you think he has photo approval?
You never know what's going on with him. He's he's somebody who would look at that and think that's what he really looks like.
I guess I've seen him in person. He does not look like that. That is for sure.
No.
What was? Yeah, it's
a shocker, by the way. That that Blind Mike disagreed with the Kimmel take. That was the most, because these comedians are the #1 guys on it.
On the Jimmy Kimmel thing.
Yes.
So you think Blind Mike's a comedian?
He thinks he is, doesn't he?
Right. He thinks he is. Yeah, that's more accurate. Yeah, he might not. Yeah, he was very. We were talking about the show. He's very passionate about it and was very critical of you, more than I was.
Right. Well, naturally, but again, I think people consistently lose track of. You're not at your own private show, or you're working under rules that are laid out.
Right. That part I get. And I've disagreed with him too. Like, it is a business. So my thing, I'm not to go back, but let the business handle itself. Eventually ABC would have got rid of it because they're losing money on, like CBS did. CBS.
So where we disagree is I don't think anything changes except maybe your argument, whether the FCC weighed in or not. And I think they hate him so much. They're like, oh, he opened the door a crack where I can go at him. Yeah. But I don't think like Disney was like, oh my God, the FCC, we got to take this. They fucking already know Trump hates their, like,
but you have the
FCC guy to say it.
Then you have the head of the FCC sending out memes after Kimmel's gone, though. Like victory, like victory flags.
That is absolutely.
But that's not a defense, though. New. I know, but that's not a defense. I mean, that's how they operate.
That's how Trump.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
He actually said it in the Charlie Kirk memorial, which he turned into political.
He hates. He's
like the difference between me and Charlie. He tried to like everyone. I hate everybody. So he's like me. It's not a presidential thing to do, but it can give the appearance of impropriety, I guess. But I don't think it had anything to do. ABC doesn't care that the FCC is making memes or said it. They're doing what they feel is in their best interest.
No, they care because I think bringing Kimmel back was actually not in their financial best interest, but they had to do it. They had to do it because they felt like they were losing some PR back. Like, they brought him back.
No, but I think that it's all finance.
But they're going to get rid of him eventually, I think. I think the best argument is everyone's like, oh, the government got rid of Colbert. They got rid of Colbert. You can't criticize Trump. South Park, also owned by the same company, just kills Trump. And they're still there because they make money for the company.
Well,
that I think is a good argument.
On a different channel.
Well, they're Paramount though. Like, they're all part of the CBS.
But that doesn't matter.
But my point is they're all part of the CBS
correct.
umbrella.
Yes, which is my point. I don't think CBS, because again, and even Disney, there's some things you may look like, oh, left, right, but if you're on Comedy Central, there's no
FCC. There's no FCC regulation.
Yeah, right. You can't get in there.
Yeah, but it can still be part of some merger later on. Like,
correct.
as long if you're, that to me is a real test, is if a network show, which is hard to do, if a network show is making a ton of profit and they do something Trump doesn't like and Trump bitches, will the network put on their pants and say no? That's the question.
Well, they kind of put on their pants now and said no.
Kind of, but they're losing. But like, to me, like, they were happy to capitulate. If there had been no blowback to Kimmel, they would have been fine just letting Kimmel float away.
What do you think? Like the rumors are that they're like, hey, maybe you address this be contrite. He's like, no fucking way. I'm going to double down the next day. And that's when
I'm not sure.
like,
I don't know if that's true though. I saw Kimmel's like he plays ball. I think he's a corporate guy. Like he does a lot of stuff for ABC. He did.
But he hates him so much.
He does. But I thought, I'm not a Kimmel guy. I think his show stinks. I thought he came across pretty contrite the other night when I watched it. He seemed like he was okay.
I said that. I said if he did that though day 2, I don't think this is an issue. And by the way, I'm not really. I hate Colbert. I think he's terrible.
I agree.
Kimmel, take or leave. I don't really like. So it really. I'm not on a right or left. It just didn't surprise me. I think ultimately it's business, and I think ultimately it wasn't that the FCC guy commented, because what does that change? They know he hates him, and the FCC guy thought Carr, hey, this guy opened the door a little where I can keep what I'm arguing, whether I agree with it or not.
His job shouldn't be trying to take people down. Like he should be hunting down stuff. He shouldn't be parsing through lines to take shows. Like should not be, in my opinion, the FCC's job.
Yeah, I don't. But his counter would be, well, when I woke up, I was inundated with FCC complaints because of what he said. So I wasn't like looking for it, but I couldn't avoid it because you angered at a very sensitive time. But I agree with it. But I think it's gone on forever. The only difference is they just say it. They don't like.
No, this is right. There's a history of this where, like, for instance, the guy who Kimmel replaces, Bill Maher, who got taken off the air, if you remember, after September 11th, made a joke that the hijackers had courage. And so that's why he was off, like he got taken off the air. So there's a history of this happening. It's just the FCC jumping in is unusual.
Right. So I guess, but that's a good example for my argument.
But the affiliate spoke. The affiliate spoke.
It's not really changing. Like, I think everything goes down the same way. We may not like that Carr spoke, but that's the world we're in, and it doesn't change how anything's operated for me.
Right.
Then I got to see I'm a moron and I'm getting attacked by my own employees. And
did I get her in there? Where's my girl?
How was that her?
RBG. She's with me all the time. She's my queen. Mutt, you got anything else?
Just a quick the Ryder Cup.
Mutt, Dave. Good call by you. They bring him out of the bullpen.
Nod my head a bit. Is the Ryder Cup definitely back in 2 years, Dave? Is it definitely back?
Our Ryder Cup?
Yeah. 2 years.
Yeah, most likely. I'm going to give you a take. I don't like the real Ryder Cup. How's that for a take?
Oh, what are you doing? Why?
Doesn't do it for me. First of all, I don't like them bitching about getting paid. I know people making money, but I didn't like it before that. I think to a man, if you asked these guys, well, I know what they'd say if it's a major, but if you're like, would you rather win like the Honda Classic? Most of them would be like, yeah, give me the Honda Classic.
Oh, really?
Bullshit.
Do you know that? Do you know that based on, have you talked to guys at that level? Or
no, I don't.
I don't.
And I also
like. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
Not maybe a chef, but like
a major.
Some of the guys haven't won in a bit.
Yeah, a major for
no
sure.
doubt.
For sure. The players, I'd even give you that. But if you said to them, would you rather win the Houston Open or the Ryder Cup? I think they'd say the Ryder Cup.
I think they'd take the Houston. Also, I just can't get into, like, I saw the foreplay guys are spamming like the speech, the firefighter, great speech, but it's like golf doesn't do that for me. It's not like we're going into a boxing match with a Miracle on Ice.
That I agree with. I just like the match play element of it. All other stuff that feels contrived now. It's like
okay, so that's why I guess what I'm saying. I don't mind the actual ad, but like
I agree with you on that. Yeah, we agree.
Okay, so that's the part that that's the part that build up, like your Americans do this for like the calling in like 1, 2, 3 America, and I just don't. Like I don't get worked up about Dennis Conner and the America's Cup, right? Like that type. I don't think most Americans actually look at this as like the last stand of the United States of America.
Anything else from you, Mutt? That was your question. The Ryder Cup in 2 years.
I want to know if the Ryder Cup was going to come back, and I want to know Dave and Ilya. We're a month away. We're a month away. You're a college football guy. I understand Saturdays. Is Barstool going to be represented at the Breeders' Cup this year? It's a big horse racing event.
No? Unless we send you, because I have college football.
Yeah,
I will say, Mutt, you'll find this, maybe you and 4 other people, it's looking like I may have the first 2 entries of Go-Go Grays next week.
Let's go. In New York?
One is going to be Delaware, of all places, but that actually, in my mind, is my best horse. So that's Wonder Girl Carly, who was training great at Oaklawn, had double knee surgery.
What the fuck are we talking about here?
Who's your trainer? Who same trainer for everybody or different trainers?
Lindy Schultz is Wonder Girl.
Yep.
and has seemingly come back. But this was like my most expensive horse I've ever bought. It's like 700-800 grand, gun runner. And then Miss Watermelon at opening day at Keeneland.
Oh, baby. Congratulations. Are you going to go
So
to any
we'll
of these?
see. We still need to get through the hoops. Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
Which one? Keeneland or both? Delaware or Keeneland or both?
I'll go to both if I can, yeah. So that will be exciting. I gave Elio half of my horse, and we named her Miss Ice.
Wow. Tremendous. Yep. Tremendous. You're going to have a ton of fans there. I cannot wait.
At Delaware, I doubt it. I've never been to Delaware. I don't know where the track is.
Dave, they were all over parks this weekend. Everyone's like, do more racing stuff. Dave's wrong. It's a lot of Barstool fans love racing, and they were coming up left and right at parks this weekend. They love you.
Well, you also said Foxwoods was like packed or Mohegan when you were doing that show. There's 6 people.
There are 4 people there.
Listen, there's some issues there. There's some issues.
Like literally, how would you grade? How's the Mudstack, Dave? You're in charge of it now. How's the
Mudstack? Oh, I think Mudstack's pretty good. Yeah, I got to send in my editor's note for today.
Oh, you got another note for this week?
Yeah, I think I'll continue with the notes. I got to fight your propaganda, Kirk. Somehow I got to get my word out in the streets.
I've had people, forget Mutt saying this, I've had people come up to me and say that you and I should be doing a political show.
Ooh.
Me and you, Dave, which would get you, I think, the amount of tweets and your life would be over in about 45 seconds, I think.
Less than.
I mean, I said, like, I would do it.
There's so many things I want to talk about in politics.
I think we'd actually do a good one.
And then, but I want it. Listen, this is not a world where there's so many crazies out there. I'm not even when I'm not talking about it, I still get so much just stuff. And once you wade in, you're in. Like you are in.
I'm like, I kind of, when you're like, I'm worried about it, it's like, but you're already in.
No, not like some of the takes I got.
Like what? Give me one.
No,
throw one out. No. Let's try it out.
No, come on, just one, Dave. Just one.
Let's talk about horse racing. Everyone's gone now anyway.
No.
For Whitney.
No? Because I need, like, if I'm going to do my takes, I can't be traveling around going to football. I need a war room so I have information ready. I'd be going at some of the craziest people right now out there in my mind.
What I'm saying is I'm offering you, whenever you want to do it, like the old Crossfire show. We disagree on stuff. We like to talk to each other, like to battle. If you ever want to do it, I'll do it.
But then you cut it up and your team or whoever's putting out those tweets just antagonize the entire world against me.
That's right. Yeah. Correct. Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, I think that's the goal. So you're in Illinois this weekend?
Yes, Champaign. And then I'm actually flying from there. I'm going to go with Frank Siller, Tunnel to Towers. They have a big event.
Oh, you're doing that? Yeah.
They shut down the tunnels. So I'm doing that Sunday.
Then where you
Then I think I do remote. I was planning on doing, but yeah, I'll already be. What?
Delaware next week. Got to go there.
Delaware. Yep. Delaware, Keeneland, Michigan.
Okay. How's the house going?
I think I'm closing on my place in the Keys. Hopefully, I got to figure that out. So
okay, good.
A lot of travel, a lot of business, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of attacks from within.
Attacks from within?
Yeah, you.
I'm not attack you.
Oh, I mean, the headlines. All right, let's Google my name.
We have a fundamental disagreement. That's all.
Yeah, we handle it today.
I consider you. I think you consider me a friend. I consider you a friend.
Yeah,
I defend you. You defend me.
And I will offer all my services. You need a boring moderator for that political show.
Well,
you've already
proven that.
Thank you. Yeah,
that was proven during the debate.
Let's see here.
Shout out Whitney. Chicklets Cup this weekend, Whit.
Yeah, that's why I was out, and I knew. By the way, I knew what the slander machine was going to be coming out if I didn't do this show.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew the slander machine.
I had the tweet ready to go. Yeah.
I already saw at one point. I have no idea what's going on with the Unnamed when Whitney was clear, like, I can only do it.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. At one point.
I have no idea what
I might have said that.
I might have said that. I might have said that.
And that's where I see it. It's like,
did you see last week there was a clip, a big left wing show. At the end of my rant, I was like, oh, typical Portnoy, part of that tribe, joking as our old joke. And the left-wing people were like, wait a minute. Like, is this guy anti-Semitic? They're trying to cancel me for joking about what we fought about. You can't win. You can't joke around anymore.
Dave Portnoy brutally mocked by Barstool host Kirk Minihane.
Well, I didn't. I don't think that's true. I don't think I mocked you. We disagreed. That's all.
They give you this, a star, Barstool Sports star rips Dave Portnoy over his Jimmy Kimmel opinion.
I stand by that. Yeah. You disagree with that?
Well, I don't know. A star.
Well, I'm a big, people know who I am. I'm a rising star in the Democratic Party.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, I might run in 2028 at this point. Nobody else. Maybe I'll give it a shot. So I hope Whitney's back next week. I really hope Whitney's back next week. We'll see.
Yeah,
too.
you were
brutal.
horrible.
Brutal.
I was Whitney. I got a nod in my head. I did it for him.
Would you give him an F?
Oh, come on. I got him to talk about his horses. Come on. That's an A. That's an A+.
D.
Oh, come on. Bullshit.
See you next week.
All right.